Since the introduction of Title Update 4 and the Gogma Artian weapons and having the ability to roll set bonuses to the weapons, and also the transcendence system where we can now turn rarity 6 armor pieces into something more useful in terms of decoration slots and defense, I have been trying to combine different armor sets, combine different set bonuses, trying to create the best DPS build for me. And no matter where I go, I still go back to my build in Title Update 3, except this time I managed to merge both versions that I had. I had one with Lord Soul and Lagiacris, and then I had another one with Lord Soul and Magala. But now, thanks to the Gogma Artian weapon and thanks to the rolls that I got on the weapon, having Magala with Lord Soul, I'm now able to basically pair both builds together and create the ultimate version of both, if I could say. And today I'm gonna share this build for you, and I'm gonna tell you the roles and on the weapons, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so let's begin with the weapon roles. The only non-negotiable here is the group skill. You need to have Lord Soul, and then the set bonus, preferably you need to have Magala, but if you don't, Leviathan's Fury is also fine. You would just have to switch between using 2 pieces from Gore if you don't have it, or 2 pieces from Lagiacris if you end up having Gore on the weapon. Another way is maybe if you don't want to have both Gore and Lagiacris on your build, then maybe if you end up getting the burst boost set bonus from Odogaron, then yeah, maybe you can use Magala, Lord Soul and Odogaron. But in that case, for me, I have a build with that setup, and it's really good when it comes to stacking attack skills. The only problem in that build, I couldn't find a way to incorporate evade extender to that build, and if I ended up adding evade extender, then I would have to lose on maximum might because I don't have decent talismans yet. I don't have talismans with either maximum might or evade extender that are really good. So for me, I did use that build, and theoretically that build should have been powerful because you have Gore, you have max level of burst, you have burst boost, you have Lord Soul, you have agitator level 5, burst level 5, attack boost level 5, crit boost level 5. So I had good skills in that build, but the only problem for me specifically is that when I use a build that doesn't have evade extender, I basically become a punching bag, right? So I ended up taking more time on a hunt that I'm familiar with, that's Steve or Seregios, than I would have taken in this build, right? So this is what I try to emulate, or try to not emulate, but try to get you to understand that the build is an extension of your playstyle, right? If you don't really need a specific skill in a build that I provide, then yeah, feel free to remove it and add something that makes your experience easier or better. Now, to the armor pieces, the legs, we have Magala to give us the set bonus, and also the legs I think is the best Magala piece we can use. And then the waist guard and the helmet, we have Lagiacris, both beta versions. And then the chest, we have the Arc Tempered Udra. And then the gloves, my favorite in the game, which is evade extender, which is Raidao, which gives us evade extender level 2 and 2 level 3 decorations. Now, when we look into the skills on the armor pieces so far without any decorations, and we also look at the set bonuses, we have enough affinity to the point we have a choice between investing into agitator and then investing into attack boost talisman, or investing into an offensive skill like burst and then investing into critical eye talisman. So now this is the only build in this title update where I will give you the build without any talisman in mind, because that is up to you to decide, right? So let's go to the set bonuses and the skills and calculate how much affinity we have. So we have maximum might, that's 30, Lagiacris that gives us 15, and then Magala gives us 25. We should be at 70% affinity. But given that my weapons, most of them have a roll of the enforcement bonuses are 3 attack and 2 sharpness, and then the Gogma Artian enhancement is attack focus, we will be at minus affinity, I think minus 10%. So when we have the set bonuses active, we will be at 60% affinity. Now for the decoration slots, we have 6 level 3 decorations. 5 of them will go to Challenger, just to give us that extra 15% affinity and 20 attack, and then we will have 1. We can either go chain, generally I would go with chain, and also I would take flare after the update, right? I would take 1 level of flare. So feel free to choose between those 2 skills. We also have 2 level 3 decorations. I will use 1 to maximize counter strike and also gives us the extended duration for it when it activates the skill. And then we have 2 level 2 decorations. Generally I would take 1 level of earplug and 1 level of jumping jewel to maximize evade extender. The remaining level 1 decorations, we have protection jewels, and then normally most of my talismans at least have one level, level 1 decoration for the armor, and that's where we maximize the divine blessing. Now, like I said, the talisman here is, you can go two ways. You can either go for more affinity, and I think you would go to 100 when you have all the buffs active or the set bonuses active, but I think in this case I went with attack boost talisman, because I do have some decent attack boost talismans, not great, but close to the the best talisman that we can get. And then it was this one. It has 3 levels of attack boost, 1 level of chain or burst with level 1 weapon, armor decoration. So we use this to maximize protection, and then we will use this to get 1 level of chain and keep flare in the build. This is not the best talisman that you can get. I know that you can get attack boost and plus 1 weapon decoration and then plus 1 armor decoration and have either agitator or burst or latent power, for example, but it's the best one I have. So yeah, this is the decorations for the build. And on the weapons, because we have only 3 levels of attack boost in the talisman, then we will need to use the attack boost level 3 decoration and then get 2 critical jewels, right? 2 crit jewels. Now when we look at these skills, we have attack boost level 5, crit boost level 5, challenger level 5, counter strike level 3, maximum might level 3, and antivirus level 3, and also divine blessing. So yeah, this is my build, or my DPS build. This is the build that I always seem to come back to, no matter what combination I try. And I know there are other combinations where they are slightly more powerful, but they don't have the comfort that I look for, or the extra survivability in this case for me with the extender. So I end up going to this one. And yeah, I will keep I will keep making different builds, especially when we go back to the 9-star quests, the daily 9-star hunts, where I would try different weapons. Then I would also make different builds and, just for the fun of it, try different combinations. But if I'm looking for a DPS build for Title Update 4, this would be it. And yeah, let me know what you think of it, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.